All right, so I want to welcome everybody to Sports and Coffee, I am playtesting my brand new full long form football game. It features a 40 card results deck, so it is a fast action. So this will be a CCD football game: cards, charts, and dice. Your players are rated from 0 to 2. 0 being backups, guys that probably should be backups or were in because of injury or whatever, or just not very good. 1 being the average starter in pro football, and 2 being a all-pro or pro bowler, basically a star. They are rated on offense. They're created with a single D6 roll to create all your players. Defense, just the opposite. 2, well, it's kind of defense a little different. Defense wants a 0 because they don't want to add to the offense's big play charts, but you want to for an opportunity to return interceptions for touchdowns. So a guy like Jacobs is really poor in coverage, but if he picks it off, he has a chance to take it back to the house. So 2 can be poor in coverage, but a big playmaker, right? But anyway, it's opposite. So on offense, you want 2s. On defense, you want 0s, right? Okay, so it's just the opposite. 1s are basic starters. So if you wanted to make the 1974 Dolphins, you would go through their starting 11, and whoever made the Pro Bowl, give them a 2. Whoever's started, let's say 12 or 14 games, you'd give them a 1. And anybody who started, let's say, less than 9 games, that shows up on their starting lineup, those guys would be 0s. Guys that probably weren't going to be, shouldn't have been starters because they were beat up, injured, whatever. So you could quickly rate the starting 11 straight from Pro Football Reference by just going, if they're a Pro Bowler or a All-Pro, you give them a 2. If they're a starter, they have so many, let's say 10 games out of 14, they get a 1. If they started less than 10 games, they get a 0, right? So you can rate, and that's all 11 starting offensive players. Defense, same thing, right? If they're a Pro Bowler, give them a 2, or give them a 0, excuse me, you want to give them a 0. If they're they start 10 games or more, give them a 1. And if they start less than 10 games, give them a 0 or something, right? That would be one way to weigh them. Okay, special teams, you need punters, place kickers, long snappers, and return man, right? And then we have, I've been playtesting this morning. I've already played the first half of a fictional league. I've made 6 fictional teams. I've got the Cleveland Owls, the LA Stars, and 4 other teams that I've built, and I'm playtesting. So I'm at halftime of this game this morning, and I've already made a couple adjustments. There will be, of course, I have injuries, just 2 injury checks in the deck. There will be 2 penalty cards in the deck, which I have not made, because penalties, I can just add or take them out of the deck. So I didn't want penalties in the playtest, but I can easily add just penalty cards into the deck. Anyway, I had choice on the charts, and I decided instead of choice, I would have a scat back. So when choice comes up, it means it's my third back, my scat back, or my slot receiver, whatever you would have in whatever era of football. Like say we're playing, this is supposed to be like the 80s, these guys. So this would be a scat back, the back out of the backfield. And backs are rated for both running and catching. So backs are the only players in the game that will have a run rating and a pass catch rating. That's it, right? And then, of course, there's a choice for tackler on defense that would give you an option, but I don't want you to have to decide those things, so it's nickelback. So you will have a 12th starting man on defense, and you'll have a 12th starting man that becomes the choice. Now, obviously, when I get the charts finished, choice will be, the choice notation of my charts will just be SB or NB. Okay, nickelback. All right, so let me go over what's happened in the first half. Again, this game is a CCD game. Cards, charts, dice, CCD. So first half, the Owls picked off Hill. Jacobs returned it. The Owls then drove all the way down to the 4 and had to settle for a field goal. They got a 21-yard field goal for the 4. Los Angeles then punted, Cleveland punted, and then Hill for LA drove down the field through a 4-yard touchdown pass to their halfback Roberts. LA up 7-3 after the first quarter. Second quarter, Riley of Cleveland is picked off. So both quarterbacks have thrown an interception. Hill then throws a 14-yard strike for a touchdown to their split end. Sampson, I think, to Sampson. Los Angeles is split end. Where am I at here? Was I looking at the wrong team? Oh, fullback Sampson. So their fullback out of the backfield caught a 14-yard pass. And then we had a punt return touchdown. So we had a punt, went all the way down to the 3. So I'll talk about it in a second, but I had rolled the special number. The special number for that particular return man was a return. So he went 97 yards back to the house on a punt return. And then Cleveland, unfortunately, ran out of time with a TOD, time expired, final drive of the half. So third quarter will start with Cleveland getting the ball. And so how does this work? So for kickoffs, we look at the place kicker's value. So our place kicker for Los Angeles kicking off, he's a 1. That means he's just an average starting place kicker in pro football. Remember, 0 would be a bad. You'd want to replace him as soon as you can. 2 would be the best, one of the best in the league. And 1 would just be an average starter, right? So he's a 1, and if I roll a 1, it's a touchback. 2, no, it is not. So the ball is fielded at the 5. So he boots it down to Cleveland. Cleveland gets the ball at the 5-yard line. Now Cleveland's return man, we look at just return man for this. Return man is Washington 1. His kick return is 16. There is no special value, so 5 and 16 to the 21. So every time LA kicks off in this game, it'll be at the 21 for these two teams. Right, okay, so we can get the first at the 31-yard line. So first down, Cleveland, starting for the Cleveland Owls is Jacob Riley. He is an average starting quarterback. Huey Jones is his halfback. He is a All-Pro. Blake Smith is a deficient fullback in the run game, but is a value in the passing game. Their left tackle is deficient. Chuck Long, he's a backup. They should be looking to get a new left tackle. They have a solid starting left guard. They have a solid center. They have a Pro Bowl right guard, Cage, too. They have a deficient right tackle. So both tackles for this team are deficient. They have a deficient tight end in Gene Steves, and their split end, Mark Souls, is a Pro Bowler. So they have a Pro Bowl halfback, Pro Bowl split end. And Mike Tomey, their flanker, is an average starter in this league. Their punter is a Pro Bowler. Their place kicker's average. Their long snapper's average. The return man's average. All right, on the flip side, oh, by the way, their scat back is a deficient runner, but he's a good receiver out of the backfield for their scat back. All right, on the flip side, the defense, and I have them set based on man-to-man coverage. So when you set your teams up, you'll write them out in this order, and then the defense is written out in man-to-man, right? Who matches up against who. So on the defensive side for the LA Stars, free safety, who's an All-Pro, 0. Remember, 0, just the opposite, 0 All-Pro, Roman. Weak backer's average. Middle linebacker, Piker, is not good, +2. Their Jonah, their right end, is average. Their right defensive tackle, Webb, is 0. He's a stud. Gottlieb is a 1. Their left end, Sharkey, is a stud. So this team has 1, 2, 3, 4 Pro Bowlers on it. Moon is their average strong safety. Their weak cornerback, that's the guy facing the X-Man. That would be the wide receiver, weak side cornerback. So that'll give you an idea in a normal right-handed formation. And then the strong cornerback covers the flanker on the strong side. Strong side, generally the same side with the tight end and the flanker, strong cornerback, right? So you're going to do everything weak side, strong side, right? At least for this game. And then these numbers come up only in special situations, though, right? So they don't come up on every snap. All right, so here we go. Riley under center. He has thrown an interception today. He's also driven down to the 4 and had to settle for a field goal. Outside of that, Cleveland is losing 21-3. LA has had a punt return for a touchdown and 2 touchdowns by their quarterback, Hill. All right, here we go. So it's very simple. There's a play call here. The deck is 40 cards. It is set to modern, I would say, traditional pro football. in balance between run and pass. You cannot call plays. It tells you what the play is and what the yardage is or the potential outcome, and then there may be special effects that show up. You will roll a die with every card flip. So we first roll, okay, 5. That's going to tell us our ball carrier, our intended receiver, our tackler, our key blocker, and it's going to be a pass for 4 yards to 5. 5 is split end, weak cornerback in coverage, so my split end is Souls, stud, but all it is a 4-yard pass. All I need to know is 4 yards to Souls. The numbers did not matter here. It's an automatic completion for 4. But we know that Souls made the catch, and we know that the man in coverage. Now you could roll a second time to see who the tackler is. However, I assume your tackler is the man in coverage. So the weak side cornerback drags him down on a quick 4-yard slant pass. 2nd down and 6. And 2nd and 6. It's going to be a run for 4. Let's find out who. It's going to be our main back. So 4-yard run for Jones. Again, we don't have any special features yet. 4 yards. 3rd down and 2, right? We had 4 and 4. Yep, 3rd and 2. Let's see what they do on 3rd down. They snap the ball. It's going to be a run for a loss of 1. Who? It is Jones. So Jones gets hammered for a loss of 1. Right? So that's going to make it 4th and 3. The tackler for that big play was the weak side linebacker. So the weak side linebacker shot in, tripped up Jones in the backfield for a loss of 1. And we have an injury offense. So I'm going to roll to find out who the injury is. 6, opponent's choice. Oh my God. The opponent is going to knock out Jones. Oh my Lord. So we need to make a note. Jones out. So they just lost their +2 all-star back. Cleveland will have to punt on 4th and 3. Jones, but how long is he out? He's a 2. He's only out for the drive. So that play. So he's out for 1 play. So I don't have to even worry about writing it down. He got injured, but he'll be back for the next drive. All right, the punt is very simple. We got to look at long snapper and punter for Cleveland. Long snapper is a 1. Punter is a 2. So brilliant 3. So let's look at their punt. 3. And this is static, except we roll to see if there's any special effect. So their punt ability is 3, 46 yards, and no special play, 46 yards. So we're going to go here, 12, 22, 32, 42, and 4 is 46 yards. And this guy has already returned a punt for a touchdown. He gets Beatty gets a 13-yard return with a chance to take it back to the house. No, he does not. All right, so we're looking at the Cleveland, again, forced to punt. There will be a 13-yard return on that punt, 9 and 4, right there, 1st down. So LA up 21-3. On a 3rd and 2, they try to run their star back. He gets tripped up for a -1 and gets injured for the remainder of the drive. And that was pretty sweet. All right, so this, we got charts for big plays, interceptions. We got our dice and our charts and cards. I'm normally not a mixed media game developer. I've talked about before. I don't like having to think about playing cards, like what a king of diamonds means. I hate that kind of mixed media. I have no problem with our engine dictating the majority of the game and dice giving us other information, right? All right, so LA has a average quarterback in Hill. He's thrown 2 touchdowns today. They have an average halfback who runs and catches average. They have a fullback who runs average but is deficient in the receiving game. They have a left tackle who's a Pro Bowler, a deficient left guard, an average center, an average right guard. They have a deficient right tackle. They have a Pro Bowl tight end in Staples. They have a split end and a flanker who are both average. Their special teams is average, average, average with a incredible return man, Beatty, who's already returned a 97-yard punt for a touchdown today. On the flip side, Cleveland's defense has a deficient safety, but he's could potentially take any interception back to the house. They have a weak side backer and a middle backer who are average. They have a stud right end, Bennett, who's had a sack today. They have Talbert, who's an average tackle. They have a deficient left defensive tackle. They have another stud left end. So this team has bookend pass rushers, basically. They have an average safety, an average weak cornerback, and they have a deficient strong side corner, Story, but Story also can take it back to the house, right? Okay. So they may not be great in coverage, but they are capable of making a play in another way, right? Okay, here we go. So Los Angeles is Hill under center. He barks the signal, snaps the ball. It's going to be a drop back pass, 12. And he's throwing for 1. This is going to be the fullback out of the backfield. Middle linebacker caught flat-footed. 12-yard strike, 11-12. First down for Hill, who's thrown 2 touchdowns today already. Man, Los Angeles fans up on their feet. It's 21-3, and he's just completed a 12-yard strike. He drops back, complete for 17. Who'd he find this time? 3. Tight end, their superstar tight end Staples makes a 17-yard catch. 9 and 8, first down. Brilliant passes by Hill as he is carving up this secondary of Cleveland. Fortunately, it's on the road. Cleveland fans don't have to see this in person. Here we go. They snap the ball. It's going to be a pass and complete. Who is his target? Out of curiosity, the tight end. This time, though, he's not able to get open. Second down and 10. Hill looking over the defense, snaps the ball. It's going to be a drop back pass. He's looking incomplete, and it's going to be to the fullback this time. So he decides to try to check down to the fullback into the dirt. Third and 10. Hill maybe. The crowd getting nervous, grumbly as he's incompleted 2 passes in a row. Hill in third down snaps the ball. It's going to be a drop back pass for 10. This would be a first down. 6 is Choice. That's going to be his scat back. McDonald makes the catch for 10 and a first. 7, 8, 9, 10. First down for their scat back. McDonald, brilliant play. Hill has completed 3 first down passes on this drive. They snap the ball. It's a pass for 15. Hill is hot. And it's the tight end down to the 7-yard line. First down and goal. Hill, the man to beat. Their superstar tight end with another big catch. Hill under center. The crowd here calm. Snaps the ball. It's going to be a pitch for 7. 4. It is Roberts. 7. Touchdown. Roberts is going to score on a run. He's caught a touchdown today, 7-yard run TD. The PAT misses on a, okay, so place kicking. We look at long snapper and place kicker. That's 2. So we're going to look at the 2 for PATs. 2 is a fail and a 1. So he can still fail on a 1. No, it's good. Has not missed a PAT today. It is now 28-3. Los Angeles completely destroying Cleveland. All right, we already know that Cleveland's static return, unless I roll a touchback. No touchback. The ball is out to the 21. So we already know that Cleveland, unless there's a touchback, will automatically be out to the 21 on kickoffs, right? And Cleveland's seen their fair share of kickoffs today thanks to getting their butts kicked. All right, again, this is the debut playtest, second half, of my brand new CCD Football long form game. It does use possessions. You could use the deck and count out cards. If you wanted regulation, 120 snaps, right? There's 40 cards you'd have to count out. You'd want to count out 30 for the first quarter, and you'd want to count out 36 for the second quarter and fourth quarter for timeouts for each team, right? And then that would give you your first and second quarter are going to be pretty quick as far as 30 plays from scrimmage, and then you could have 36 and 36 for quarters 2 and 4. So first and third quarter would be 30 plays. Anyway, but I'm using 5 possessions for the play tests. But it is set where you could just count out cards that aren't in the deck, which I recommend you do, because if the injury is in the deck, you got it. But if the injuries happen to be counted out for the quarter, it won't show up, or the penalty, or a turnover, or whatever. So you kind of want to count out those cards, because then that keeps the deck. You never know if the interceptions are sacks or whatever's are in the deck, right? Until the quarter's over. Then you'll know, oh, the TD was, or a big play was over here. All right, Cleveland with the ball again. They are facing a defense that has 4 Pro Bowlers. This team has 2 Pro Bowlers, and it has 1, 2, 3 deficient players. This team has 4 Pro Bowlers and 2 deficient players. So you can see Los Angeles' defense is getting the job done. They are up 28-3. All right, can Jacob Riley, the quarterback for Cleveland, get going? Huey Jones is back. He got hurt for the drive, but that was the fourth. That was the still. I still had fourth down, so I could have gone for it. The drive would have ended on the turnover on downs of the punt. So he's right back in as Huey. All right, we snap the ball. It's going to be a pass for 7 to who? Or for 5. Pass to the fullback. So Smith is a better than average. He's an average player catching. Won't matter. You don't do anything with this unless you're on a chart. But I like to get an idea. Smith's a pretty good receiver. He's caught the ball for 5 out of the backfield. So swing it out to the fullback. It is 2nd down and 5. It's going to be a pass for 4. So Riley right now is taking what they give him. This is to the halfback, Jones, for 4. It's 3rd and 1. Last time they were in 3rd and short, Jones got hammered for a loss of, did I shuffle those? Did I just put them back in? Oh, no, there it is. Okay. He got hammered in the backfield for a loss and suffered an injury. So let's see what happens on 3rd and 1. It's going to be 6, whoever it is, and it's a run for 3. That's going to be the choice. So there's scat back in the game. You can imagine their scat back comes in a shotgun. He gets the handoff and rumbles for 3 and a first. 1, 2, 3. First down. Their scat back gets the job done, and they're going to get a first down. They needed that after that last drive and being down 28-3. All right, Riley looks over the defense, snaps the ball. It's going to be a handoff for 8. The handoff is also to Jones for 8 yards, 7-8. It is 2nd and 2. Beautiful calls by Hill right now. Snaps the ball. It's going to be a pass for 25 yards, 2. They're split in. Who's a stud? Souls is a Pro Bowler, catches a 25-yard pass. 9, 19, and 6. First down. Holy cow, the crowd here on their feet. Defense chants. But Hill has completed 3 passes, run for a first to his scat back, and now completes a bomb to Mark Souls, their Pro Bowl split in. And the tackler on that Pro Bowl split in, you just look at coverage, weak cornerback drags him down, but you could roll to see who makes the tackle, right? All right, here we go. Can Jacob Riley avoid a turnover and get this team going? Pass for 8. Riley's 4th straight completion. This one to the halfback out of the backfield for 8. So Riley is hot as shite right now. Snaps the ball. Pass for 21. It's going to put him at the 3. 26. It's going to put him at the 5-yard line. And it's caught by their star, SE. Again, 5 tells me it's the split in. He's a superstar. Tackled by the corner. Down to the 5, 1st and goal. They were down here in the first drive of the game, folks. They got down to the 4 and could not get into the end zone, had to settle for a field goal. They were up 3-0, and LA has scored 28 unanswered points, but Riley has completed 5 passes on this drive. 1st and goal from the 5. Riley looks over the defense, snaps the ball. It's going to be a bomb long. How about that? So let's look. Who is it? So how does this work when you get a long? So we roll. His intended receiver is his star, Souls. So we add his rating and Souls together. So we got quarterback and intended receiver plus 3. And then we add the coverage is weak cornerback plus 0. He's a Pro Bowler. So we got Pro Bowler versus Pro Bowler. So that's going to be 1, 2, 3. We look up 3 on long gain chart. So long gain 3. Where's my long gain? My long gain chart 3 is 37 yards, touchdown. It would have been good from 37 yards out. So Souls absolutely chewed up Sharper. Unbelievable. Shapper. Shapper was owned by Souls. Souls caught 3 passes on this drive and a touchdown. Holy cow, Riley caught fire in the 3rd. Riley with a 5-yard pass. Now on a long, it's automatically going to be what it is. But if it had been 21 from the 5, it would be out of the end zone and incomplete. But by long means, it's going to be complete. You can't overthrow it. But if that had been a 21, that would have been incomplete. Okay. Pass to his superstar split in who caught 3 balls on that drive. 25, 25, I can't remember. He caught 3, 25, 21, and now what could have been a 37-yarder, turning the weak cornerback Shaper into mincemeat. The PAT for these guys. Place kicker 1, long snapper 2. So again, on a 1, they missed the PAT. Nope, it's good. And boy, did they need that. That would have been very, very, very ugly. All right, the kickoff for this place kicker is a 1. Let's come back here to my kickoffs. 1 is filled it at the 5, not a touchback. So filled it at the 5. Los Angeles has got an incredibly dangerous return man, BD2. So kick return for him. Let's come back here. Kick return for him. He's a 2. So on a 1, he takes it back to the house. He does not. 20 yards out to the 25. He could have been a hero with a second return for a touchdown today. All right, so we've seen a long pass, which could have been as long as 37. Riley caught fire, completed 5 straight passes on that drive, involved his scat back a couple of times. And folks, we have got a hell of a game. It is 28-10. And Cleveland not ready to call it quits just yet. All right, here we go. Third quarter still going. Snaps the ball. It's going to be a pass incomplete. Who is his target for Hill? It was his tight end, who is a superstar. Incomplete, but he's well covered. The tight end is featured in this game. Traditional coverage is the strong safety on the tight end. So strong safety has him locked down. Ball goes incomplete. 2nd and 10. Snaps the ball. It's going to be a completion for 13 to his tight end. First down, 10, 11, 12, 13. First down pass. And folks, we got an injury, a tackler. So who's injured? 6. Strong safety. Oh, so the tight end made that catch. And the tackler coming in, strong safety and man-to-man, lowers his head, gets dinged on the shoulder. He is, by the way, their strong safety is a 1. He is out for 2 for the quarter. So the remainder of the quarter, okay, all backups in the game, right? All backups. It doesn't matter if you name them or not. All backups are automatically 2s, right? Because they're the worst. Over here, all backups for offense are automatically 0s. So you can name all your backups, but we know right now, wrong team. Over here, Poole just got lit up. Back-to-back passes to the tight end. This time the tight end lowers his shoulder, lays Poole out. Poole's going to be out for the remainder of the quarter for the defense. So on top of everything, Cleveland loses their defensive strong safety against this tight end. First down, snaps the ball, pass incomplete. Who was his target? His target was the flanker. Strong side cornerback locks it down, 2nd down. Snaps the ball. It's going to be a run for nothing. Oh, man, that's going to be the quarterback. No choice. McDonald, the scat back, gets the pitch out and gets drugged down. Who is the tackler? 4. It's a strong side linebacker. So a pitch out, strong side linebacker sheds tacklers and drags down the scat back. It's 3rd and long. They snap the ball. Another run for nothing. And it's going to be 5. 5 is back 2. That's going to be the fullback, Sampson. Sampson is a 1. Of course, remember, the ratings only matter in certain situations. He's going to get hammered again. Who is the tackler? It's going to be the free safety. So the free safety comes up quick on 3rd and long on a draw play and wraps him up. 4th down. They will punt. Place kicker is a 1. Long snapper is a 1. So 2 on the punt. So let's go back here to punt. So their punt is a 2 today. So if I flip a 1, it's a fair catch. 42 and a fair catch. Nope. So it goes 42 yards. 12, 22, 32, 42. Filled it at the 20. Cleveland has a chance, folks, to make this a game, and their return man is a 1. Punt returner, 5 yards, but it could be a fair catch. Nope. So he goes 5-yard return. So it's a 37-yard net. Cleveland down 28-10. And they have forced LA to punt. This is the final drive of the quarter. And of course, the strong safety for Cleveland will be back in the 4th quarter. All right, so Cleveland with the ball, down 28-10. Los Angeles' defense has been superb today. That last drive, though, Riley, 5 for 5. 3 of them to his all-pro split in. 1 of them a touchdown from the 5-yard line. All right, here we go. What do? They snap the ball. It's going to be a breakaway run. Here we go. You're going to get to see how these ratings work. And it's Huey Jones who's a stud. This is going to be a big run. It is Huey. So Huey gets the carry. 1, 2. Key blocker. So we roll again. So 2. Who's our key blocker? 3. It's going to be my right tackle. So 2. Oh, he's deficient. So +2. Who's the tackler? We got to subtract the tackler. 5 is the free safety. He doesn't want to add anything. 0, beautiful. So Roman, their all-pro safety, is tackling the all-pro running back, +2, and the right tackle missed his block. So we look at 2 on a breakaway. This might not be a big play. 2 for a superstar back, but he's being tackled by a superstar free safety. Nowhere. So he had room, folks, and the safety comes up and chops him down. 2nd and 10. Cleveland was this close. If they had a right tackle, that would have been yardage, but it was because the right tackle missed the block on the free safety. He cuts down Huey Jones. Damn. 2nd and 10. Snaps the ball. It's a run for 4. And it's Huey. So Huey on this one gets 4. 3rd and 6. They snap the ball. It's a run for 5. So he's going to call a run play to Huey, and Huey gets 5. 4th and 1. 4th and 1. Last drive of the third, down 20. They got to go for it. They're down 28-10. Oh my God, the crowd roaring here as they can feel the pressure. This is the game. This will be the decision that either sparks Cleveland into a fourth quarter fight or is going to make it an easy day for Los Angeles. Jacob Riley under center trying to communicate with his team, decides to go with a soft count and shakes that knee, snaps the ball. Pow! Run for -2 and a fumble. The run is Huey. He draw play, handoff to Huey. He gets hammered for a loss of 2. Odd. The offense recovers. The offense gets it back. Who was the tackler on that? The weak linebacker on a draw play. So they tried a 4th and 1 shotgun draw, silent count, messed up their timing. The weak side linebacker's blitzing, trips up Huey for a loss of 2. Turnover on downs, and he dropped the ball. Fortunately, TOD, we had a fumble, but recovered. Offense recovers. My God. 4th quarter. All right, so we did get a 7-yard run by LA, made it 28. And then we had Riley throw a 5-yard pass, made it 28-10. 4th quarter, folks. Here we go, 4th quarter. And again, we have LA, Cleveland, LA, Cleveland, LA. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Remember, I'm using possessions for the play test. Why? Because if everything comes out with simple possessions, I guarantee everything will come out when you just use cards, counted cards, right? Matter of fact, let's do this. Let's use the cards instead of possessions for the 4th. Matter of fact, let me do this. Let's tear out. We don't use this. In the 4th quarter, we're going to actually use the deck of cards because we have timeouts. So now it becomes a time game. The cards will dictate when the time runs out as opposed to downs, right, and possessions. So what I do is I shuffle, I scatter them, and then I do a shuffle, and I try to do it 10 times to keep it random. 1, right, 2, and then I might do a quick, dang it. It was going much better than this off camera, folks. Okay, 3. I do a shuffle, and then I scatter them, and then I do a shuffle. 4, and I scatter them, and then 5, 6, scatter them a little bit. 7, 8, scatter them a little bit. 9 and 10, and then I'm going to count out 4 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4. This leaves 36 plays from scrimmage. This would include the assumption of timeouts and 2-minute break, 2-minute warning. So the 4th quarter we get 36 plays from scrimmage, but the 2nd and 4th get 36 plays from scrimmage. The 1st and 3rd get only 30 plays from scrimmage. All right, so we had what happened there. We had a turnover on downs. So Los Angeles crowd roaring. They are celebrating. They're already up 28-10. And they have just caused Cleveland to turn over on downs. Los Angeles sitting pretty. What are they going to do? Now, to reflect it, I can also put in backups and just make sure everybody's zeros. But we're going to play ball. We're just going to play ball. It's early in the fourth. It ain't over yet. So we're going to play ball, and Hill's going to snap it. It's going to be a pass for 9. It's complete, and it's complete to choice. So scat back, McDonald's going to catch a 9-yard strike, 7, 8, 9, 2nd and 1. The crowd doesn't like the call because they're up 28-10, but it was open. He took it, snaps the ball. It's going to be a run for 9. And it is Roberts for 9 more. Man, 8, 9, first down. And they can get it at the 4. First down. Unbelievable. Snaps the ball. It's another run for 9. And it is Roberts again. Roberts had a brilliant day. He is down to the 5. 2nd and 1. Snaps the ball. It's going to be a pass for 4. This is going to be a pass down to the 1-yard line. 4. It is complete to the flanker. Strong cornerback makes the tackle, but he gets down to the 1 and a first down. 1st and goal to 1. And Hill almost threw his 3rd touchdown of the day. Snaps the ball. It's going to be a pass for 15 out of the end zone. Incomplete. Remember, if it says long, fine. But if it's over that distance, it's incomplete. 2nd down. He throws it over the head out of the back of the end zone. 2nd and goal. Snaps the ball. Pass for 4. It's going to be a touchdown pass, folks. And it is to his flanker. So he rewards the flanker for getting down there. So fourth quarter, L.A., Hill, 1-yard pass to his flanker, who's Douglas, and he only misses the PAT on a 1. Nope, PAT. And man, it's 35-10, Los Angeles whooping the hell out of Cleveland. Cleveland, no touchback, they're going to be out to the 21. Remember, we already know Cleveland's pretty easy, because they don't have a guy who can take it back to the house. So he's out to the 21. All right, Cleveland fans listening, watching on radio, or watching on the television, listening on the radio, are probably tuning out, and they're going out to mow the lawn or something. They're going to go out to the grocery store. They're going to play catch with the kid in the front yard. They're going to do something other than what they're doing now. Because Los Angeles, after that turnover on downs, caps this game, makes it 35-10. All right, Jacob Riley, who's had a pretty good second half, but he's going to have to have a miracle comeback. He's going to pass complete for 7, and it's going to be to his flanker for 7 yards. 2nd and 3. Snaps the ball. It's going to be a run for 6. It's going to be Huey Jones going to get 6 and a first. First down up to the 34-yard line. First down, they snap the ball. It's going to be a pass for 21. Riley is incredibly hot. This is like his 8th straight completion. 5 is his superstar split in for 21 yards. 11, 21 first down. And Riley has proved, now he's an average starting quarterback in the pros, but he is hot in the second half. Unbelievable. Snaps the ball. Breakaway run. This time, Huey Jones, we already know the numbers. Except we got to find out who the tackler is and the blocker. So it's actually going to be the scat back who's a 0. Shite. Who's the lead blocker? It's going to be our left guard. He is a 1. So we got +1. Who's the tackler for them? 4 is strong side backer. Strong side backer. Where's my strong side backer? Right here, Booth. That's cornerback. Where's my strong side backer? Whatever. Well, 4. Strong side backer. Where the hell is my strong side backer? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh my God, I don't have my strong side backers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh my God. Whoops. I've been playing this game, never had that come up. Boy, this is why you play test. Strong side backer, we'll give him a name. I don't know, Wilson. And I'll roll him up right now. He is a average lineman, backer. So +0, +1, +2. We already know that +2 on the breakaway chart is nowhere. So again, their strong side backer slams through. And then we'll make this guy Smith. What's his rating? Oh, he is going to be a 2, not good. So on the flip side, had it been this guy making the tackle, would have been at least a gain. Holy cow. So we got a 21-yard strike. It's 2nd down and 10. Breakaway, hammered again for no gain. So just because it says breakaway, it's not a guaranteed big run if you don't have the horses. All right, here we go. It is 2nd down and 10. It's going to be a run for nothing. Oh, dang. Here we go. Jones. Huey Jones hammered. 3rd and 10. It's going to be a pass bomb. Holy cow. 2. It is a bomb to the halfback. Oh, he's a 0. Shh. So quarterback +1. Halfback +0. That's the intended receiver. Who's in coverage? We already know who's in coverage. Weak side linebacker. Weak side linebacker is +1. So we got +1, 0, +2. So we look up +2 on long. That might be incomplete, folks. Can you believe it? He hits a long gainer and it's going to be dropped by the halfback. Long play 2, incomplete. Yep, so the ball is dropped by Huey Jones on a bomb out of the backfield. 4th down in the 4th quarter. They can't punt. Well, they can punt from here. It'll be a touchback. You know, they're getting their arse kicked. They're going to do that. They're just going to touchback. They're going to punt and touchback. Pin them at the 20. I mean, they can't win this game most likely. And the way they're playing, why wouldn't you punt? Cleveland's possession is a punt touchback because we know it's 46. And now I'm at the 30, whatever. So it's going to be a touchback. All right, LA gets the ball 1st and 10 at their own 20, winning 35-10. Jacob Riley on a wheel route went deep to Huey Jones, and Huey Jones doesn't have the hands, drops it. Unbelievable. By the way, Roberts with a +1 would have probably caught that ball for 25 or whatever. Dang, unbelievable. So that back there, that one reception being an average pass catching back would have made the difference there. All right, here we go. And again, I can't control possession. I can't control whether they're passing or running. Doesn't matter. It's got to be what it is. It's going to be a run for 4 to Roberts. He's going to get 4 yards, 2nd and 6. It's going to be a pass incomplete. It doesn't matter to who, but we could roll 3rd and 6. It's going to be a run for 2, and this is Roberts. He's going to get 2 more, 1, 2. They're going to punt. So they're just playing it safe. They're going to punt. And their punter, let's take a look. Their punter is a 1. Their long snapper is a 1, so that's 2. So their punt 2, I believe, is 42 yards. Their punter 2 is 42 with a chance at a fair catch on a 1. Nope. So it's 42 yards and can be returned. 9, 19, 29, 39, 40, 41, 42. And the return man for Cleveland is 1. And he can go 5 or fair catch, and he will go 5 yards. So he returns at 5 yards. 1st down for Cleveland. They get the ball back. Plenty of time here to make some noise, but they probably don't have enough time to win this game. Not at the way they're playing. 35-10, 4th quarter. Cleveland trying desperately to get back into this game. And it's going to be a pass for 13 to his split end, who's had a brilliant freaking day. This guy's caught, 6 passes? 13 yards. And we got a 1st down, but we also have an injury. Tackler injured. 2 is going to be, the tackler is weak side backer is injured. So we replace him. Now how long? He is a 1. He's out for 4 weeks. So their weak side backer Stone injured for 4 weeks. LA's injuries. Weak side linebacker Stone out 4 weeks, which means, again, we don't need to name the backups, but their weak side backer is 0. So you'd want to make a note of that. You'd want to put on your score sheet backups in 0. Wow. 2. Remember, for defense, it's the worst grade is an adding of 2, right? Remember, you're adding. So plus is good for offense. No, lower numbers are good for defense. Higher numbers are good for offense. We're adding. We never have negative numbers. You'll never have a 2 and a 1, -1. You're just adding everything up. So we're not messing with negative integers at any point in the game, right? So no confusing negative integers math. All right, so he got a pass for 13. Did I already move it? I did move it. 1st down. And again, that was Souls. A stud. Absolute stud. So we had an injured linebacker. We've got back the safety came back to start the 4th quarter. Or is he still out? I can't remember. Anyway, snaps the ball. It's another strike pass, complete. Riley completes a pass to the flanker this time. That's Tomey for 10 yards. First down. Remember, our assumed tackler here is the coverage man, and that's going to be their strong cornerback, who is Booth, and he is not very good. He's a +2. All right, first down, and Jacob Riley moving again. It's going to be a run for 8. And this is going to be Huey Jones, going to rumble for 8. So they're getting their offense going. Unfortunately, they cannot make up for that punt return and that failed turnover on downs. 4, snaps the ball. It's going to be a run for a loss of 1, and that is Huey Jones. So Huey Jones on second down loses a yard. It's 3rd and 3. And an injury on the offense to the quarterback. Jacob Riley is out for 1 for game. Riley out for the remainder of the game. They lose their quarterback. Cleveland quarterback Riley out for game, which is 4th quarter. Damn. So again, we're going to assume a backup quarterback of 0. Right? Damn. So Riley gets popped. So they came flying in to tackle the back. And Riley didn't see the defensive tackle, blindsided him and put him on his head and gave him a concussion or something. It's 3rd and 3, and Riley is injured. 2. It's going to be a 2. It's a pass complete by the backup quarterback to Jones for 8 yards and a first. How about them apples, folks? First down, the backup quarterback comes in. So I would make sure you have at least names for your backup backs, backup receivers. I mean, I would just have like 1. I wouldn't have a 53-man roster. You'll never, ever see that probably. But you never know. If you're playing full seasons, you might. All right, here we go. It's going to be a pass for 17 to the fullback. So out of the backfield, he floats it to Smith, who is a better receiver than runner. And he's going to catch it for 17 yards. Going to put the ball at the 8. 1st and goal at the 8. The backup quarterback getting the job done. Holy cow, Jacob Riley out watching, concussed, a little dizzy, maybe nauseous. It's going to be pass incomplete. He was looking for choice. Choice would be, of course, no longer is there a choice. It's going to be your slot back. So George is in the ball game next to the rookie quarterback, and he is unable to reel in that pass. 2nd down and goal. It's a run for nothing. And it's going to be Huey Jones gets nothing. 3rd and goal. They got to get in the end zone. Snaps the ball. Run for 8 and a touchdown. 2. It's going to be the halfback. Huey Jones punches it in. Cleveland. Jones. 8-yard run. PAT is good. And folks, we have had Hill throw a 1-yard touchdown pass. Riley gets knocked out. Their backup quarterback comes in, gets him down to the 8, and Jones on a 3rd and at the 8 on a surprise draw play scampers into the end zone untouched for the and we're going to onside kick it because that makes it 20. That makes it 17 to 35. We're going to onside kick. Let's go to my onside kick numbers. Here's my onside kick. My place kicker for Cleveland is a 1. So my onside kick for my place kicker, where is it? I should have onside kick table here. Jesus, Jason, did you not write it down? Huh, I could have swore I wrote down my onside kick. Okay, well, we know it's a 16% chance, basically, in 8 to 16% chance in the history of the game. He is a 1. That's average. So if I roll a 1, he'll get the onside kick. And no, he does not. So the ball, I have it, though. I know I have it because every guy's rating tells you where the ball is fielded on the onside kick. So I know I have the onside kick here somewhere. Onside kick. He's a 1, correct? Yes. So it's fielded at the defense's 47 by the, so defense is 47. So because he didn't get it, right, it's going to be a bouncer, 10. They're going to get it right there. So they recover it at their own 47, the kicking team. Excuse me, at their own 47 does LA. There we go. So I knew I had my onside kick rules. All right. So Cleveland could not get the onside kick, and Los Angeles up 35-17 settles in with their starting quarterback. Let's see what happens. It's going to be a pass for 11, and Hill ain't done. Plenty of time. It's going to be complete to the halfback for 11 yards. A fullback, actually, I think that's the fullback. Fullback. So he dumps it out of the backfield to Sampson, his fullback, who caught a touchdown in the first quarter. 11 yards. 7 and 4 is 11 first down. And right now, this play test has been almost perfect. All right, second down. Here we go. It's going to be a run for 4, and it's going to be the fullback. It's 4. So Sampson getting some carries here. 2nd and 6. Snaps the ball. It's going to be a run for loss of 2 and a fumble. And it is Sampson. He gets hammered. So they're giving the fullback the ball here. 3rd down, but there's a fumble. Odd. The offense recovers. Nope. Defense gets the ball on a fumble. You got to be kidding me. That Sampson fumbles the ball away. That is beautiful. LA fullback Sampson. Fumble lost. Recovered by 6. Strong safety. Recovered by Poole. How about them apples? Holy cow. I do not have fumble returns. It's too rare to play test. Let's put it that way. But Cleveland, dang it, if they could have done. So Cleveland had an 8-yard run. They've gotten the ball back on a fumble. Back-to-back carries for the fullback, and he fumbles the ball away. And folks, Poole is a hero as he comes out of that pile with a ball in hand. The crowd here stunned. And Cleveland down 35-17. What will they do with a backup quarterback? Pass incomplete. 2nd down. It's going to be a sack, loss of 5. 2's going to get the sack. Weak side linebacker comes flying through, loss of 5. Damn, 3rd and long. Backup quarterback not able to get rid of that ball quickly enough. And it's going to be a run for the halfback draw play. Huey Jones, who is a threat. I can see why they might have gone ahead and given the ball to get some of that back. 4th down to make it easier for the rookie quarterback who's in for the injured Riley. They're going for it. 4th down. It's going to be pass incomplete. He was looking for Huey Jones. Huey Jones out of the backfield is going to be incomplete. Cleveland turnover on downs. Los Angeles gets the ball back after a fumble, and this is where Cleveland just could not make it up. And we're in the final. This would be timeout territory, right? We're going to have, right here would be end of game, and these 3 would be timeouts. So can they eat up the clock and wrap this up? LA up 35-17, and here we go. It's going to be pass incomplete. Wow, Hill throws the ball. What are you, nuts? 2nd down. He must have had man-to-man, zero coverage. They sent the house, and he tossed it deep. It's going to be pass incomplete. They did it again. Zero coverage, full blitz, and the quarterback's just throwing it. He's just taking 2 steps and throwing it down the middle of the field into empty grass. That's actually not a bad idea if there's zero blitzing. You don't want to get your running back hurt or something. 3rd down. Pass for 12. They do it again. This time he finds a man, and it's going to be complete to his halfback. So he swings it out to Roberts for 12 and a first. And, folks, that's going to wrap the game up, 11-12. They are not going to use timeouts. Game over. It's going to be end of game. So time expires, end of game on a 1st down pass. 4th quarter, LA scored 7 and fumbled the ball away. So LA scored 7. The Owls in the 4th quarter, they're going to get 8-yard run for Jones, and that's it. That's their 7. So, folks, 17-35. We saw a punt return touchdown in the 2nd quarter. That was the real big difference there. 35-17. First half, we saw 21 by the Stars, 3 by the Owls. Second half, we saw both teams score 14 each. Not too bad. Again, I used possessions for the first 3 quarters. I used the actual card count for plays from scrimmage, which allows you to control, if you use all 40 cards, plays from scrimmage, that would be college ball. If you use 30, that would be traditional pro football. High school, you would want to use probably 25 plays in the deck, right? Unless, of course, you're talking high scoring, highfalutin Texas high school ball. You might want to use all 40 cards. But you'll get too many plays, but you'll get high scores probably. So the engine literally dictates the play call and the yardage result. The die 6 is for special teams. You use ratings, and then the die 6 is a special result on those static checks. If it's a long play, you're going to add up the ball carrier, the key blocker, and the tackler, and those numbers are going to add up, and you're going to look at that number and see what the breakaway is. If it's a long bomb, same thing. You're going to add the quarterback, the intended receiver, and the coverage man, and find out what the long bomb is, for instance. And there you have it. That's how it works. On field goals, again, you add the place kicker and long snapper, get your number, and then it has a 1 to 6 range in which you're good. However, it has a max distance. So let's say Sean and long snapper 2. So this team could kick a field goal. So Los Angeles could make a field goal from. So Los Angeles would be long snapper and place kicker 2. They could be a 50% place kicker from 35 or closer. So anything beyond 35, they wouldn't be able to kick in this game. Well, they wouldn't be able to kick at any time because they're both ones. So the max place kick you're going to hit on the season at 17 would be a kick from the 18-yard line. That's the maximum possible distance that this guy can make, and he's a 50-50 kicker. Right? So in other words, you're going to have to get deep into territory, and then you're going to have to be desperate to 50-50 kick that. A place kicker, if we had a 2-place kicker, which is a Pro Bowler, he would have a 70% chance from as far out as the 43 max. Right? So a +2 long snapper and a +2 place kicker, that's a big deal. Right? Oh, holder. I'm sorry. We should have a holder. Wow, see? Let's say those numbers are too low. I forgot we have to have holders too. So you're supposed to rate your holder. And your holder is added on place kicks. So you add up your punter, place kicker. So holder, let's go Smith. What is his rating? He's a 1. So 3. So he could actually kick that. He would have a 66% chance of making field goals from as far out as the 43 max. Forgot the holder. Got to rate special teams holder, which could be your backup quarterback or something. Let's give him a name, Jones. I'm just doing this for my records. And, oh, wow. You know what? I think Jones may be a +2. He may be a Pro Bowl holder. What'd I roll? I rolled a 1. He is a backup. Oh, shite. So their holders is 0. So he won't add to these guys. Right? So you will actually have starting lineups, all 11 starting offensive players. You will have your third back or slot receiver, your scat back, so to speak. You will have all your special teams key players, your punter, your place kicker, your long snapper, your holder, and your return man. And you will have your 11 starting defensive players, and you'll have your nickel back who comes in on choice. So the choice will be removed from these charts, and it'll say SB or NB. Right? And then, of course, you can have all the backups you want named, and they're all going to be 0s. Automatically, backups are 0s, and they come in like you saw here. The weak side linebacker went out, and so the 2 backup came in. Again, defense, you want 0s. Offense, you want 2s. Right? That's how that works. And that is my latest CCD Football, full long-form football simulator. I haven't a name for it. I've been playing around getting the deck of cards exactly where I wanted them. So the first thing I do when I'm creating a football game is get the actual game engine down. I could play this raw with no ratings, this game engine with static special teams, and just this deck of cards will give me a brilliant game of football with no extra stuff. So I can play this straight up raw. So I could write down the Oakland Raiders of 76. I could know their kick return average, their punt average, their punt return average. And then all I need is to flip these cards to play, raw. I mean, you wouldn't have anything to represent Kenny Stabler. But my point is, I get the engine first. This will give me exactly the kind of football I want represented. And I can do possessions or count out the cards. So this little 40 card deck will give me exactly the kind of era of football I want to simulate. And then from that point, I decide how I want to do teams. Do I want to do grades and have grades, or do I want to rate players? If I am, what's the role? Do I want to use a DC? Et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And so for the last, I don't know, a couple of weeks, I've been perfecting this deck. This is new, as you can see. I took the deck I've been working with pencil, scribbling and changing numbers and getting it where I want. And then yesterday I sat down, cut out some fresh cards, and put down everything in ink because I didn't want to play test this. I wasn't going to play test the deck. I've already play tested the deck. I wanted to play test and share how the ratings and teams are used with the charts. There'll probably be some tweaks to the charts. I'm not ever going to get away from simple D6 range. I know that this is a very limited choice. It's only a 1 in 6 pips, but everyone on the planet owns a D6. So if for some reason they were compelled to download and play my new football game, they would have to make their cards or print out and cut the cards, and they would have to find a D6 somewhere in their tabletop board game collection. And all it takes is a few minutes to name and rate your entire rosters. There you have it. And so now, of course, I have to type up the rule book, and I have to perfect these little charts a little better. I had a couple of breakaways that were guaranteed zeros. I think breakaways should probably be a little more effective. However, 35-17, that's 52-point game. That is spot on. So if I mess with the breakaway numbers and the low bomb, remember I had 2 breakaways that were zeros because of the tackler involved and the blocker involved led to zeros, which were fine. And then I had 2 bombs. One was dropped, and the other one was from the 5. It was a touchdown. Would have been good from 37. So the reality is, I don't think I really want to mess around with my breakaway and long bomb numbers. I don't mind. If that had been a pass to my Pro Bowl receiver, and I had hit their really bad, their Pro Bowl receiver was covered by, he was covered by a Pro Bowler. So I would have had +1, +3. That would have been a completion, Instead, it went to Huey Jones, was incomplete. It could have been a 37-yard pass to Mark Soul. So the first bomb was dropped because it was Jones, and his coverage man was weak side linebacker, +1. So this was 0, +1, +2. Had it been Souls, it would have been 1, 2, 3, and 4. Actually, it would have been 0, so it would have been 3, which would have been completed. So see the difference between Huey Jones missing that bomb and this guy catching it, right, is the coverage and the quarterback, right? And of course, later, with a backup quarterback in, because Riley got hurt, you would have had a bomb happen with 1, 2. So it would have been +2, which would have been incomplete. And if I had a 0 go to a 0, like Huey Jones 0, 0, 0, and let's say the coverage was a 0, intercepted, right? So even the bomb can be picked off downfield, right? So just because you hit long doesn't guarantee it. It's not even with bad players isn't guaranteed a bomb. It's going to be an interception, right? With a Pro Bowl coverage man against 2-0 offensive players, that's going to equate to a interception, right? A 1 is going to equate to a sack. A 2 incomplete, and 3+ is going to be a big game, right? So that's how that works. All right, I'm giving away my engine, but oh well. I've always been transparent about my game designs and about what I'm doing. So anyway, everybody out there have a wonderful weekend. Good day.